In a quiet Ohio suburb, a husband and wife were deep into renovating their 1940s home. The couple had spent months restoring the first and second floors, breathing new life into warped wood and peeling paint. Now, with the upper levels complete, they turned their attention to the basement, a dim, unfinished space they'd barely explored since moving in. Armed with sledgehammers and curiosity, they began the demolition themselves, expecting little more than dust and debris. They couldn't have predicted the chain of discoveries that would soon draw them into a mystery spanning decades, one that would leave them questioning the very walls they called home. It started with the plywood. As the husband swung his hammer, splintering the warped panels along the basement walls, something glinted in the shadows. He paused, squinting through the dust. Graffiti sprawled across the exposed concrete, faded tags and cryptic scrawls, but it was what lay above that seized his attention. Wedged tightly between the subfloor and the ceiling, rafters was an object, perfectly camouflaged against the gray-green wood. It took every ounce of his strength to dislodge it, muscles straining as he tugged it free. A suitcase tumbled into his arms, small yet astonishingly heavy. He ran his fingers over its weathered surface, a chill creeping up his spine. Someone had hidden this here, deliberately, where no one was meant to find it. He called his wife downstairs, unwilling to open it alone. She deserved to witness whatever lay inside, and, he admitted to himself, he wanted her there in case something went wrong. They stood together in the flickering basement light, the suitcase between them like a silent challenge. Speculation buzzed in the air. Cash? Jewelry? Old baseball cards? The husband chuckled, tempering his expectations. Probably just some kid's forgotten collection, he said, though the weight in his hands suggested otherwise. With a deep breath, they unlatched the case. At first, it seemed unremarkable. Wads of wax paper stuffed inside, wrapped around rectangular bundles. They exchanged puzzled glances, peeling back the layers. Then, the husband froze. Beneath the waxy sheen was a stack of $20 bills, crisp despite their age. The couple's laughter turned to gasps as they rifled through the pile. These weren't modern notes. The designs harked back to the 1920s and 1930s, some bearing star markings, uncirculated relics of a bygone era. "There's got to be a couple thousand here," he stammered, adrenaline surging. "Who hides this much money?" Their excitement propelled them deeper into the suitcase. A second bundle revealed not 20s, but 50s, then a third, packed with $100 bills. "This is insane," his wife whispered, her voice trembling between awe and disbelief. $5 grand? More? They sifted through the cash, hands shaking, until they found a brittle newspaper lining the bottom. Dated March 25th, 1951, from the Cleveland Plain dealer, it anchored their find in time. A lawyer later appraised the haul at $23,000, a fortune amplified by the bill's rarity. But the suitcase was just the beginning. Resuming their renovations the next week, they uncovered another surprise. Tucked in the ceiling, obscured by insulation, was a second suitcase. They opened it together, breath held, and found more cash, stacked neatly, echoing the first discovery. Days later, on the second floor, a strange door caught their eye. It was narrow, unassuming, but inside was a stash of bills totaling $45,000, arranged with eerie precision. The house seemed alive with secrets, each find fueling their determination to unearth more. Their luck peaked, or perhaps turned, when they noticed a small concealed door on the first floor. The realtor had called it a utility closet for the water heater, but instinct told them otherwise. The husband pried it open, revealing not pipes, but a hidden room. Far larger than expected, it stretched into darkness, old carpet scraps strewn across the floor. His wife lingered at the threshold as he stepped inside, unease prickling his skin. The air was stale, heavy with mold. A second door loomed ahead, bolted shut with a master lock. Hammer in hand, he smashed it open. What he found stole his breath. The room was lined with white soundproofing tarp, its purpose unsettlingly clear. In the center sat a briefcase, dust-caked and ominous. He hesitated, then flipped it open. Inside was a wooden box, envelopes of foreign currency, Swiss francs, British pounds, alongside expensive watches, rings, a jewelry box, and 4 silver ingots. Tucked in a corner was a black safe. Its lock yielded to a firm twist, revealing a single note, "Save yourself," scrawled in rough black ink. The words hung in the air, a warning from an unknown hand. Then he saw the VHS tapes, 6 of them, stacked neatly beside the safe. 5 bore cryptic numbered labels, 03-91, 07-92, while one was blank. Unlike the aged relics around them, the tapes looked newer, their glossy surfaces glinting in the dim light. His stomach churned. Whatever was recorded on them, he wasn't sure he wanted to know, but curiosity gnawed at him. Against his better judgment, he slipped the blank tape into an old VCR they'd hauled downstairs. Static crackled, then shapes flickered, too brief to discern before he yanked the plug. "We need to call someone," he said, voice tight. His wife nodded, pale. The police arrived within hours, followed by the FBI. Agents confiscated the tapes, their faces unreadable as they sealed the evidence. The couple never learned what the footage held. Only the homeowner, his wife, and the authorities knew the truth. He later told a reporter, "I wish I could unsee it." Speculation swirled in the media, rumors of horrific crimes tied to the soundproofed room. But no answers emerged. The mystery deepened with each question. Who hid these treasures and terrors? What kind of people once lived here? How long had the house guarded its secrets? In the aftermath, the couple reflected on their fortune and their safety. They'd stumbled into wealth and walked away unscathed, a rare outcome. Handing the tapes to the authorities had been the right call. Some discoveries were too heavy to bear alone. Their story joined a strange lineage of homeowners unearthing the unexpected. Across the country, others had found their own buried histories. A man in a sold-as-is home discovered a secret room packed with guns, ammo, and a hollowed-out grenade, plus a chest of coins dubbed pennies. A British couple uncovered a Victorian kitchen in their basement, intact from the 1830s, complete with pots and a cookbook. Linda and Wally DeForest found a Korean War-era torpedo beneath their new house, a souvenir left by some forgotten tenant. Closer to the Ohio couple's experience, Diane and Pat Farla explored a grate in their Victorian home's basement after a few glasses of wine. With their nephew's help, they crawled into a hidden cellar resembling a chapel, later identified as a 1700s Catholic hideout from a time of persecution. Each tale underscored a truth. Old homes hold echoes of their past, some charming, others chilling. For the Ohio renovators, the thrill of cash and valuables gave way to a lingering unease. The house, once a project, now felt like a puzzle with missing pieces. Were there more suitcases, more tapes, waiting in the shadows? They'd never look at their walls the same way. And as their story spread, it posed a quiet challenge to others. What lies hidden in your own home? Are you brave enough to find out? For this couple, the answer came with a price, a tale of luck, discovery, and a mystery they'll carry forever.